Hey YouTube, it's Sean, Griffin RC Planes. Well, Thanksgiving Day, as you can see by the windsock, zero wind. It's like 65, 66 degrees. It's fantastic out here. I'm by myself now. There was a good handful of guys here flying for a while, and now they've gone, so I've got about an hour or so before I need to leave, before I go get cleaned up and spend Thanksgiving with my mom. I brought the AS3X, and of course my trusty 300. So let's get a flight of each. Alright guys, let's take up the extra for a minute. So taking off from the right to the left, or whichever way it wants to go. So a friend of mine just left right now. He had an FPV plane where you wear the goggles and you fly it like you're sitting in the cockpit. And he's rather new, but he's real good with the quads, and he had this thing set up, and it was real impressive when he hand launched it, and he didn't have the controller or the goggles or anything in his hand, and he threw it up in the air and away it went. And then I looked, and he just casually walked back and grabbed his goggles and his transmitter, and I said, well, what was that or something? He said, oh, it takes off to 300 feet and then it loiters until I tell it that I got control. I said, boy, that is impressive. And it was going around in circles up there while he was putting on his headset and grabbing his transmitter. And then he said, oh man, I don't have video. And a couple more seconds or whatever gone by, and he said, Sean, I might need your help, man. I don't have video. He said, and I can't fly it line of sight. That was his exact words. And that's not the first time that I've heard that. People say that. I've watched people fly the heck out of stuff with those goggles. And he said, man, I can't fly it line of sight. He said, I might need your help. And it was doing circles up there. And then he mentioned, I guess I can back the throttle off or something. And I don't know if he turned the loiter off or whatever, but he was flying it a little bit, and he went to make a turn, and it was starting to get low to the ground, and it was a belly lander. But I knew he wasn't trying to land right then and there. And I said, oh, pull up a little bit, and smash, and it went down. And anyways, he picked up about 50 pieces, and oh, it's sad. But for him to say, I can't fly it, not having the video feed, that was just something. And it was kind of this forward swept wing, crazy looking plane, and I, those things are not made for looks anyways, because you fly them with the goggles. But I don't know if I would have been any better, never flying something like that before, and it was a rear pusher, kind of like a wing. So I don't know if, I doubt I would have been any better. I asked him, I said, does it have like safe, self-leveling? He said, yeah. And I said, well, how come, wasn't doing that then? And he said, I just wasn't thinking. He said, just too much was going on so fast, So that's not the first plane that has crashed and turned into a bunch of pieces today on Thanksgiving Day 2022. This guy had a F-14 Tomcat. It had swept wings on it. That was kind of ugly, but we'll take it. An F-14 Tomcat with swept wings, and the wings, they did sweep back and forth, and it was one of those foam board planes that you build, and I guess it was from flight test or something, but it was huge. It was probably 8 feet long. It was a big plane, and I'll show it to you guys here in a second. Turn that off. Let's grab the old 300. And you see the trash cans? There's the F-14. He was flying it, and the wings, he was sweeping them out. so he could like make his next turn or whatever and land. And when the wings, went from in, they were like that, and then they went out. I guess it just changed the lift and how it flies and stuff, and all of a sudden it just tip stalled and one wing dropped and bam, it was gone quick. Bummer. We got the E-Flite Night Timber X. This will be my second flight of the day. I flew it just a few minutes ago. Just a few laps, just trying to get comfortable with it. The elevator is hanging a little bit, so I disconnected the push rod and worked it back and forth. I think that kind of freed it up a little bit. But so we got a 3S 3200, a smart pack in it. I guess you call it the Gen 1, as Brian Phillips says. And let's plug it in, flip it over, and let it do its stuff. And we'll see what happens here. So she's plugged in. All right. Alrighty, we got that. I want to check all the control surfaces. So safe select is on. Right aileron up, left aileron up, elevator down, the rudder left, the rudder right. Then we'll do safe off. Right aileron up, left aileron up, elevator down, rudder left, rudder right. Safe select back on. And throttle cut off. Give it some gas. Throttle cut back on. So the AS3X is working. As I lift the left wing up, you'll see the aileron go up with it. Same with the left. Elevator. The rudder is working. That's the AS3X, not the safe. And I want to check the elevator. When you turn safe select on and the plane is level, the elevator should be straight across. So safe is off. I'm going to turn safe on. You should see the elevator move. Ready? Just trying to bring the plane back level. So right here is a round level flight, and the elevator is not moving. You guys can't see that, but I'd be able to hear it and see it. So that is about level. Check our center of gravity. I've got some little markers right here. You see I got the nitro gloves on. Takes a little chill off your fingers. So it's balanced. Probably wouldn't hurt to have the battery, just a hair farther forward. Put a little more nose weight. But it was definitely balancing with the nose down. We'll get behind it since there's nobody out here. Let's see where. Boy, I'll tell you what, that landing gear is a bummer. Like once it gets going, the springs spread out. Look at the landing gear. See how that thing needs an alignment, man. But if you lift the plane up and they go back, I mean, I know it's asphalt and the tires are gripping, keeping them from sliding in, but anyways, so we'll run through all this stuff one more time here. So throttle cuts off, little throttle forward, little throttle backwards, and then safe off, and then look at the full span ailerons there mixed in with the flap. So you got a flap, the flaps and the ailerons work as a flapper on. Yeah. Turn that off. Safe slick back on. Throttle cut. All right, so let's go down here. We'll, you guys are probably like, "Come on, Sean, come on." You know, this is only what, the third or the fourth time I've ever flown it, so. Can't really say that I need to adjust the rudder because of it turning like that, because the wheels are all goofed up. Look at those things, they're all spread out big time. Back together. All right, so get my gloves so they're good and tight. Got the old camera. Low rates, no flap, throttle cut. Get some altitude. And there it is, going nose up again. Like the elevator's sticking. Really don't like how that elevator's doing that. Like, I made one pass and it was flying level, and then the next pass, you know, the nose is really high, and they're safe off, and then the nose is diving down. So there's something going on with the linkage rod or something. All them dang wires in there, who knows? It's flying. I hear a helicopter. See, now it's flying level. Do one setting of flaps. Well, the nose really went up then. See if we can do a couple landing approaches. Now the nose is going. You let off the throttle a little bit, it'll nose down then for sure. Wonder if there's some kind of mix in there that I don't know about that is making the elevator. Oh, you know, another handful of battery packs. We'll have this thing. We'll have it dialed in. Awfully slow right there. And the battery lid is missing, and I just looked over at the picnic table and I didn't put it on. All right, let's try it to land. We might do one go around. The alarm is going off. Not using the flaps, just still trying to. Oh, there, we're definitely gonna go around. See, if I do one setting of flaps right now, then the nose really went up. So. Oh, reverse. All right, let's get another battery, see if we can do a little bit better. All right, taking off. Flight number 5, I guess. Tail came up good, and then it lifted up. I like it. Still nosing up. It's safe off, and it's nosing up. So we're gonna do a level flight with safe off, and then so supposedly safe select, it's got the nose going up, right? So supposedly you're supposed to be able to turn safe off and then fly the plane and trim it, and then once you're done touching buttons, don't touch it for 3 seconds, and then turn safe back on, and now it's supposed to remember those settings for your level flight. But I don't know if technically you can put your trims back to 0. I'm still working on that, guys. So my nose is going up, right? Safe is off. I just trimmed it down a hair, and then safe back on, 3 seconds. So now let's safe select is still on. It's still nosing up. Now, is it nosing up because it feels like it's about to stall and safe is trying to help you? All right, safe back on. Starting to get a little better. Yeah, that's level. That might be a hair up still, but that's better. And it's flying much better. You can tell I'm getting used to it already. All right. Now, as far as the throttle goes, I don't know if teaching the ESC where full throttle is or not helped. It might just be me not flying a 3S battery in quite a while. So there it is. It's flying a little nose up, We're working on it. We are working on it, guys. It's a work in progress. Part of the fun is fiddling with them. Boy, the lights are cool. Look at that. Oh, man. All right, let's try to. We need to get that. We need to get that nose to go down again. It's gonna make it hard to land. So throttle cuts off. When safe is off. When safe is off, that nose comes down, man. So I'm gonna have to do some adjustment on the push rod. Right there, it's flying pretty good. It's like it sticks a little bit. It's interesting. And it does have a thousand wires sitting on top of it. Let's try the half flap real quick. See, the nose went way up. So yeah, I need to do some push rod adjusting. That's all right. Maybe we'll do that tonight. Be a good video. There's that one. Oh man, did I save it in the nick of time. Throttle cuts on. See what the battery's saying with the telemetry. 16 fades. The ESC minimum and maximums, 12.7 is where it started. 11 volts was the minimum. Not necessarily where it's at right now. Right now it's at 11.8. 78 degrees. Says I got 70% remaining. Yeah, that's at 393.
If you want to win this jet, all you have to do is subscribe, click the notification bell, and the like button. Then check back with me from time to time and see my new videos. Once we get to 1,000, we're going to do a drawing. I had a drawing at 100 and only 30% signed up. With those odds, it could be a 1 in 300 chance. Subscribe. Check me out, guys.